Hey folks, welcome back. All right, we got this 2004 6-liter Powerstroke in here. It's back again. We had this is the one I did a video on maybe a week or two ago, where we had a bad injector that we were losing the complete this bank of injectors. It would start out with injector number 7, and then slowly but surely you'd start losing the other ones. Pretty soon you lost this whole complete bank on there. Check out that video if you got that problem. This is a totally different problem. This thing is all of a sudden developed to be a crank and no start, and they got it here by unplugging the ICP sensor and get it to fire up. And I talked him into replacing this plug here and everything like that goes to the ICP sensor right in here, and that didn't seem to fix it. And they even tried another new sensor. I didn't think that was gonna fix it, but they got it and they put it in there, but it still won't crank and start. It acts like it wants to try to, but anyways, we're gonna hook a scanner up to it and see what the numbers look like and go from there. All right, we're in the powertrain control module. So the first thing we're gonna do is just look up and see what codes this thing has generated that would turn on the check engine light, because that's came on when you can run this. So we do have this 2285 injection control pressure sensor circuit voltage low. We'll probably find that. Here's another one. Crankshaft and camshaft position. So what we need to do is get back out of here. And a lot of these other ones that have to do with the glow plugs or any of that kind of stuff, we're not worried about right now. We're going to worry about that ICP for a second. So anyways, we're going to get back out of here and then go in here to read the data stream. Okay, so what we want, we will get in probably into looking at these accelerator position stuff here, but not right off the bat. So we want camshaft position status. That's your sync. Oh, wait a minute, that's the one right there. Cam and crank sync. So then we're gonna go I don't really need the RPM. We need internal injection power for the FICM. I do always like to get the power from the batteries. Okay, we want injection control pressure, desired PSI. I like that one. We want the actual PSI. We want the IPR voltage, but then the main one right here is this injector control pressure voltage right here. .25 looks about right. Let's recycle this key, start this thing, or try to start this, because I got the ICP sensor plugged back in now. And you always want this FICM voltage. That's one thing to watch to see if we got no less than 45 volts or whatever. And then we want to watch the synchronization to see if that comes up there. I have no idea. I must have clicked that misfire deal or something like that. But anyways, let's recycle the key. Wait till the injectors get done with their clatter. Okay, What we did see is we had the injector control pressure regulator was at, we didn't get to see this PSI. We'll try it again here in a second, because I had, couldn't see that PID, but I could see that the IPR percentage was about 55%. And then we didn't see this one, and we didn't see this one, but let's see what we saw. The desired, what it wanted. And we'll just cycle this key again and give it another shot and see what that injector ICP pressure actually is. Second one from the bottom. Go. So it's showing 1400, but that's probably a phantom reading, because we don't have a good connection to the ICP voltage. Now look at where we're at here, this 0.29. I'll have to look and figure out exactly what the number's supposed to be, but I think it's supposed to be 0.24, or is it 1.24? I can't remember. We'll look that up, and but anyways, we've got something going on, because we can unplug the ICP sensor, and let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so I recycled this key and with that ICP sensor unplugged. Now you can read we've got no voltage there, and then we'll go ahead and crank and start this thing. Yeah, we got something funky going on, because this sync's supposed to just read you're supposed to read yes all the time on this particular meter. This PSI reading right here, that's obviously the computer generated number, so that's not going to change, but it is dropping out as NA for a while and then coming back. Same with the IPR reading. And then this FICM voltage is dropping down to, I think I saw 45 or 46 or something like that, so it's close. But anyways, yeah, we've got something screwy going on, so we're gonna get a wiring schematic and kind of go through some of this to try to figure out what's causing all this to happen. Because unplugging that ICP sensor will get this thing to start. Now granted, it doesn't run great because you got too much pressure at idle, and then you don't have enough pressure to be to try to drive it, because it pretty much stays at that around 1500 psi, and that's what it's running at. I didn't remember what the IPR was running at when it does read, so I'm going to go ahead and try this again. I'm sure you're probably yelling at the screen, oh, I know what it is, I know what it is, So let's try this again. so when it does read, it reads about 1 or 41, 40 to 41. Anyways, yeah. So basically, the first thing I'm gonna do is get around here and look at all the wiring connections and everything like that we can find, and figure out, you know, like what's happening, what's going on here. Okay, so I peeled back this wiring, and obviously this has been done before. And these wire right here are all pretty much the same color, but here you got your OEM colors. Now we do have this, I don't think this is our issue, but it is a issue that we just need to address. But you know, I didn't do this particular wiring right here, the customer did, after we talked to him on the phone and told him about unplugging this, and then it fired right up, you know, and then they put a new sensor in it too and everything. So what I want to do is you know, I want to check this and make sure that these are in the right positions and all that. Even if I did it, I'd still check it. But anyways, what we got here is a picture of the connector with what each one does. You know, looks like I got a wiring schematic right here, and we got our ICP right here. So we've got this brown and white. That's going to be our 5-volt reference. You see they're all kind of daisy chained here into this splice 190, and they go. You can see that they're all these sensors are spliced. The EGR valve actuator, the exhaust back pressure. So you've got this brown and white wire right here going up into pin 36 of the PCM for your reference voltage there. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this brown and white wire, which is confirmed on here as your reference voltage on pin 2. So if you're looking at this deal here, okay, so if you're looking at the connector, you got pin 2 on the left, top left, looking at it just like this. Follow this wire here, and it is indeed the brown and white wire, so that one's right. So now we're going to look at pin 1, which is the gray and red wire. It's a signal return, so it's this one right here, and it goes up here to pin 25 of the PCM, signal return right there. It's a gray and red wire. So we're looking at pin 1, which again is on the top right when we're looking at this. So we follow this back in here, and that is indeed the gray and red wire. And then just for, you know, we got the dark blue, they call it dark blue, and a light green or whatever wire coming out, and that's going up to pin 29, which is your signal return. 25. No, wrong. 29 is right the first time. Printer didn't do this. You've got dark, see, you can barely see it, but dark blue and light green. Pin 29 ICP sensor signal. So obviously 3 is the one on the bottom. So we follow this one down here in the bottom, and it indeed goes to the dark blue and light green. Now it's a wire that we have an issue with. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of all. We know this is a problem right here. I don't know if it's the problem. I doubt it, but you never know. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut these back and just splice this right into there, get rid of all of this, and go from there. Okay, so basically what's pretty much happened here is our symptoms kind of gone away, or it has gone away, not kind of. Anyways, we repaired, you know, that wiring that we seen there, and then I had removed some of this stuff, and I was trying not to move the wiring harness around, but apparently I did, and the symptom has gone away, and now it's gone. So pretty much instead of spending more time on this and trying to figure out, you know, where the problem is, we're just going to get a whole new engine. These engine wiring harnesses are readily available for, you know, $250, $350, somewhere in between there. I've used some aftermarket ones in the past. It's worked just fine for, you know, but basically, you know, the wiring in between, you know, the ICP sensor, and that's pretty much what we're dealing with, you know, is that I don't know what the heck's going on with it losing certain parameters at different times. I don't know what that's all about, but what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up replacing the engine wiring harness that goes to this ECM here. And you know, because basically one would look at this system kind of like you got your FICM back here, and you know, you would think it would do all the, you know, the heavy lifting and everything like that as far as all the work in this household. But you know, one might consider that the FICM would wear the pants in this family, but the PCM tells the FICM which pair to put on each day. Anyways, the FICM's the PCM's really what, you know, that's where this ICP wires and all that go into this PCM and everything like that, and that's what, you know, it decides what it wants to do based on your input from the pedal, and tells the FICM all it needs to do and everything, and it's just pretty much a driver for the injectors and all that type of stuff. That's, in a nutshell, that's kind of how it goes. But we could spend more time with this and try to find the exact spot in the wiring harness, but then probably just be best to replace it anyways, because we're just finding all kinds of other spots in this wiring harness. I'd already actually fixed this, even the very first time this pickup came in, it had that. There's wiring issues I fixed down here for the oil pressure switch, or it might have been the oil temp sender, one of those two. I fixed some wires down there for that when we, you know, had this apart and, you know, doing other things to it. At this point, it's just, yeah, we're just going to get a whole new wiring harness. And so the way these wiring harnesses are here is you can see that we've got a new wiring harness in here for the all the injectors. That wiring harness just pretty much loops around here, and it's got the two back plugs in the FICM, and then the first plug in the FICM comes into about this area right here. The other plug, or the main wiring harness, loops around through there and goes over here to this PCM, whilst everything else, you know, branches off. There's going to be a wire that's for the IPR valve in that new harness, the new harness that we're going to get, you know, and then it's going to loop up right through here, and it's going to have, you know, it's going to have this plug, it's going to have this plug on it, this one here for the alternator, and that keep on going, and it's going to come down over here. It's going to have our new wire and all that stuff from here, and it's going to have all of this wiring going down in here, and then your two glow plug deals there to go to this glow plug module and all that. I think the crank position sensor's down there if I remember right. Yeah, anyways, that's what we're going to end up doing. It's not too terribly hard of a job to do, because once you get, like, you know, this pipe off and that bracket, and then this air filter and all that stuff, this pipe can most likely stay. This can stay. Once you get all that kind of out of the way, it all just kind of, you know, comes out, and it's not too bad. So yeah, anyways, I don't really have much more information on this. Hopefully, you know, you might have seen something in this deal, but pretty much guarantee that, I mean, I wouldn't say guarantee, but, you know, when this thing would start with this ICP sensor unplugged, that's pretty much the circuit you're looking for. It's just that I happen to move this wiring harness a little bit too much, lost our symptom, and instead of just spending time to try to find it, we're just going to go ahead and put a new harness in there, and so that's what we're going to do. So anyhow, I will, if in fact we get to the point where, you know, I've ordered the new harness, get it here, put it in this pickup, and we find out we've got the symptom back again, I'll make another video from there. But pretty much, I'm pretty sure how this is going to go. So we're just going to get this new wiring harness, and then we're going to have our problem solved. Is most likely how this is going to go. Anyways, thanks for watching.